Trying to find a good angle here. Maybe I'll do it a little bit lower. Right there's probably good. That works. Just want to be able to get this corner. See me pretty good. Probably best is right here. What's up, everybody? We're going to get started. I'm going to go through just a quick, maybe 10-20 minute, we'll see what happens, mobility session for today. I'm going to start with wide legs. And I'm going to abduct my shoulders. I'm going to squeeze my fists just like this. And then from here, I'm going to turn my biceps up, turn my biceps back, hold here. So I'm externally rotating at the shoulders as much as I can. And then from here, I'm going to internally rotate at the shoulders, squeeze the fist, squeeze the core, push the ground with the feet, keep the hands in line with the shoulders, turn the biceps down this time. Whole body's contracting, internally rotating at the shoulders, turning the biceps down. Keep the shoulders abducted. Hold here. Squeeze at this outer range. And then from here, we're going to bend at the elbow. We're going to keep that internal rotation. We're going to go all the way. Bend as much as you can. And then extend. So internally rotate as much as you can first. Squeeze the fists. Try to keep the hands in line. Hold on. Yeah. I'm doing a live thing, right? Live mobility right now. All right, hold on, back. Phone call. All right, here we go. Sorry about that. I'm getting calls about birds I need to take pictures of. All right, squeeze the fist. Go back to that internal rotation. And then from here, bend at the elbows, but keep those elbows as high as the shoulders. Keep internally rotating as you bend. And then extend the elbows. And then from here, externally rotate at the shoulders. All the way, externally rotate. Turning those biceps up and back. Squeeze those biceps, squeeze those fists, squeeze those forearms, squeeze the core, squeeze the legs. Chin's in line with the sternum. Here's a side view. And then from here, bend at the elbows as much as you can without flexing at the wrist. Hold here. And then we're going to pronate and extend. And then we're going to internally rotate so the biceps will turn down. and then relax. Okay. Now we're going to get the scapula. So we're going to get a pencil position here, almost a little bit wider legs. And we're going to keep our middle fingers in the same spot the whole time. And we're going to try not to have any space between the elbow and the body. And so the scapula goes up, it goes down, it goes back, it goes forward, right? The shoulder flexes and extends. So we don't want to flex or extend at the shoulder. We just want to control the scapula. In doing so, we're going to want to cheat by bending the elbows. So try not to bend the elbows. So straighten the arms, chin's in line with the sternum and navel. Middle finger, same spot the whole time almost. It's going to kind of pivot around. So we're going to go protraction forward, up, back, down, forward, up, back, down. So the middle finger is really just sliding up and down. And then from here down, forward, up, back. Let's go the other way, up and back, forward, down, back, up, forward, down. All the way down, all the way back, all the way up, all the way forward, all the way down. And then relax, kind of shake it out. All right, now we're just going to do some standing hip flexor and hip external rotation. So we're just going to try to pull this foot up the contralateral shoulder. Okay, so we're going to try to pull that foot up, pretend it's on a string and you're pulling it up. Kind of pull it all the way up, hold it, and then you squeeze, hold here. And what you're doing is actively trying to get this foot up. Now you can do a passive range hold or passive range hold in this position by going to your passive range, letting go, and then trying to hold it. So we're going to try that 3 times. We're going to pull it all the way up, squeeze this fist, really stab that bottom leg into the ground. And then from here, we're going to let go. And you can leave the hand right there, like this, or you can just jet it out like a T to get as much radiation as you can and balance. Okay, let's try that. So squeeze this fist here, pull it up to your passive range. Then we're going to hold when we let go. Inhale, radiate, and then let go. Hold it 5, 4, 3, 2, and reset. Pull it all the way up. Let go. Take an inhale, radiate. Let go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and one more time. Pull it up. Hold it. Inhale. Radiate, and then let go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and bring it down. So that's a lot of work right there. My heart rate's at, I would say it's at like 100. Let me check. Yeah, I'd say it's about 100 right now. So let's go ahead and switch side. Pull this foot up like you're pulling it up. Gets harder and harder, especially on this hip for me. Don't have as much range. I'm going to do it anyway. If you're kind of getting sick of that, you can go like this. You can also go like this, or you go like this. So we'll pull it up. Could even grab a cross ball, tennis ball, same thing. pulling this foot all the way up. And then trying to go with 3 passive range holds. So we're going to go to that passive range, and then we're going to try to hold it there. So you might need some balance help with a wall, pushing into a wall or holding onto a dowel. Pull it up, and then we're going to let go. You're going to notice that this one is going to have a lot less range. Take a big inhale, radiate, and then let go. Oh, not too bad. All the way up. 5, 4, 3, 2, reset. Breathe. Inhale. Radiate. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and back. All the way up. Inhale. Stand up tall. Radiate. Go. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then back to your passive range. Ooh, so that really gets active hip flexion and external rotation. Really nice feeling and stretch right after. It's just get into a squat position. Very comfortable position here if you have good ankles. So if that doesn't work, you can just sit down and relax. But then now what we're going to do is work in this squat position. So we're going to do some pals and rails in like a deadlift position in a little bit, okay? So get your breath back if you've done that. See where my heart rate's at. Yeah, it's at 120 right now. So it definitely, just remember, when you do controlled articular rotations, level 2, level 3, or when you do pals and rails, passive range liftoffs, and the stuff in kin stretch, it's going to be taxing on muscle recruitment, and it's going to have the same effects as weight training because you're putting in that same type of intensity, which is dictated by the amount of force output. Remember, you do have a lot of mechanoreceptors that take input from isometric contractions. So don't negate your isometric contractions in your training, specifically for joint training, because they are lower loads and you can control them better. And it's more internal, right? Isometric is more about kind of loading muscle at appropriate angle and then kind of pushing or pulling and staying into that position for your isometric contraction. So for deadlift, pals and rails, this one's tough. So here we go. We're going to get into that deadlift position like we're about to pick up that weight. Okay, so I'm going to get into my deadlift position. Grab hold on the inside of those feet. Okay. So this is going to be pretty low deadlift position, not your RDL here. More of a pals and rails squat hybrid deadlift here, but I'll call it a deadlift because you're going to be trying to pull isometrically from your feet up. Okay. So what you'd want to do is first hold here for about 2 minutes. Inhale 4, exhale 8. So we're just going to breathe into this position. If we don't own 2 minutes of this position to start, we're not going to be able to, 1, do the pals and rails, and 2, gain any active control in this position. So you have to have passive control before active control. So flexibility is definitely a prerequisite to mobility. So again, if you're struggling in this position, this is probably not for you today. You can just kind of watch and then work on the prerequisites. So right now, prerequisites would be ankle dorsiflexion, knee flexion, and hip flexion. And right now I'm utilizing some spinal flexion, but at the same time, you can make it harder by making this an anti-spinal flexion. Okay, just like you would in a deadlift. So holding here, finding a good location underneath the top midline of the foot. Inhale 4, exhale 8. Remember, when you inhale through your belly, through your obliques and your lower back, 360 degrees. So use the whole space to lower the diaphragm. Remember, you're just lowering the diaphragm. You're not actually getting air in the stomach. The air goes into the lungs. You're just creating more space in the lungs when you lower your diaphragm. That's why you don't want to raise your chest, or you'll create more pressure in the chest, which will make you exhale quicker. So what we're going to do in our palace contraction here is start pulling up. Now you don't want to go 100% because you'll just fade out real quick and you'll get injured. So start at 1% to 2%, pulling up to 3 to 4 to 5, all the way to 10% effort. Barely making any progress here. 20%, now 30%. Now you're starting to feel it at 30%. 40%, beginning to feel all the muscles here. 50% getting a little bit harder. 60% getting really hard. And then you're going to take it to your safest and greatest effort for 10 seconds. So we're going to slowly amp up to our 100% safest, greatest effort. Hold here. 10, 9, 8, 7. Trying to pull up as hard as you can. 4, 3, 2. And now rouse contraction. You're going to try to go deeper into your squat by pulling your knees up toward the sky and deepening your squat here and trying to lower your hips toward the ground as you keep a nice, stable, straight back. So trying to go deeper into your squat actively. So active dorsiflexion, active knee flexion, and active hip flexion, and active spinal extension. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then back to your passive stretch. And breathe. And then from here, I might just get out of the position very safely, and shake those legs out. Okay, so again, you're building the same muscles you would in the deadlift in that end range of the deadlift. So you can basically take any range and build capacity in that range by training isometrically. And then amping that intensity up, pushing away from the stretch just like PNF, and then pulling deeper into the stretch like FRC. Okay, so from here, I'm going to get into the 90-90 setup. Front knee is at 90. Back knee is at 90 degrees. Okay, and my ankles will be locked at dorsiflexion. I'm going to look toward that front hip, lean forward, and then push away, almost round the back, and then come back and arch the back. Lean forward, arch the lower back, chest high. And then from here, we're going to see if we can bring the arms off the ground, squeeze the fists and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2. And then from here, pushing into the ground with the leg, twisting toward that back leg, and then bending into that back leg here and reaching toward that back leg and pushing that back leg into the ground, holding here. And then from here, leaning forward as we bring that back foot off the ground and holding for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then we'll bring the whole hip off the ground without leaving. Keep this knee down, hold here. Keep that ankle dorsiflex, and then we're going to externally rotate and flex that hip. Now we've already done that, so it should come underneath quite well with that foot underneath the knee. Here, hands in front of the chest, I'm going to extend that knee as far as I can, and then bend the knee, and then back to that 90-90. Nice and slow. Sit up nice and tall. We're going to transition to the other side. So preparing by keeping this knee on the ground and then opening up that back leg. We'll do it 3 times before we go all the way. 2, and then 3, open it up as we turn that foot out. And then both knees will jet back and up. And we're going to dorsiflex those feet out. And we're just going to internally rotate that back hip down first before we externally rotate that front hip. And then we're going to face forward in our 90-90 here. Lean forward, arch the lower back, and then we're going to round the back, lean back, arch the lower back, chest up. Lean forward, breathe. Move those toes. And from here, squeeze the fists, lean forward, hold it, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then push away to the ground. Twist toward the back leg. Reach toward that back leg and hold. Arch that lower back toward that back leg and reach. 10-second hold here. And then we're going to lean forward, hands at the chest. See if we can get that back foot off the ground and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, and then slowly bring it down. From here, go ahead and bring the back hip off the ground. We're going to externally rotate the hip so the knee goes over the ankle. Keep the ankle dorsiflexed. And from here, we're going to see if we can extend the knee. Bend the knee. Internally rotate. And set it down. And then see if you can keep it back straight. All right, from here, just set up in the butterfly. Hands behind the back. Hands pushing into the ground. Push those knees all the way flat down. Inhale 4. Exhale 8. From here, we're going to try to push those knees actively toward the ground for 10 seconds. As hard as you can. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're going to go to that bear position. So this foot here, I'm going to go up toward the sky, pull it up as high as it'll go, and up toward the chest. And then from here, open it up as far up as you can, and then slowly bring it down. Other side, pull it up first, all the way up and around into the bear. And from here, see if you can lift the foot off the ground, extend the foot onto the ground. And then other side, up, and slowly bring it down, and then switch all the way up, back, switch, up, back, and then we're going to go all the way to butterfly, all the way up, and in, all the way up, and in. After that, it's good to change up the positions. We're going to do some segmental spinal flexion and extension. Holding spinal flexion first, using the whole back to push into the ground. Posterior pelvic tilt. Neck, thoracic, and spinal flexion, and lumbar flexion. And from here, we're going to pull into the ground with our core, and then slowly anteriorly pelvically tilt the hip as lower lumbar 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, and then the T12 through T11 to 10, all the way up to 1, to cervical 7, all the way up to 1. Then head down, upper back rises, mid back, low back. And then from here, just sitting on the ankles. And then challenging yourself by just putting the big toe into the ground and kind of stretching those big toes. And then back to plantar flexion, just sit on the feet. I go rock side to side. And then we'll end it with just some cars before we end. So we're gonna do the neck first, squeezing the fists, radiate the body. We'll go 2 each way. And then thoracic, flex down, rotate, bend, extend back, rotate, bend, flex down. And then other way. And then glenoid flexion, try to keep your back straight. Internal rotation, chin in line with the sternum and navel. Keep internally rotating. One more. And then switch. Cracking is definitely normal. If you're squeezing and you're trying, you're going to hear a lot going on, especially if there's no music playing. Okay, so that's definitely normal. Wrists. All right, that's it. So any questions before I head out, let me know and I'll read them. So what do we do here? How many minutes? Detected a copyright audio video because we received complaint of. I don't know about that. Let's see, so we did about 30 minutes. I get a haircut. Any questions before I head out? All right, everybody. Well, let me know if you got questions. Just message me. Let me know. See ya. Focus on your breathing.